phase, phase, success,
me in any sort of way. AMD, if we get a quick little pop above $12, I'm thinking about maybe a quick little short over on AMD. Finger on the trigger to lock in profits when it starts moving back on up. Here we go. Nice job. Let's take it. $979 in profit. Look at this spike, baby. Taking some gains right off the top right here. 124,000.
You just gotta know what you're doing.
200
Every single person can be successful.
dollars in profit.
There's no reason for you not to become a full-time day
Now
trader.
we're currently up
even if you have
$2,100. Let's just keep it going even more. I want every single person. Now we're up $2,500. Now we're going up to $117.40.
It's not like it's a competition. It's if I tell you how I was able to do this,
$100
go out, make that money, make a killing, and let's all absolutely crush it together.
Let's go, baby! Let's see this thing keep unfolding even farther here. We're up $1,100 within the first 5 minutes of the day. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. Good morning, traders. Good morning to absolutely every single person here. Every specimen. Boy, girl, male, female, everything else in between, everything outside. Good morning. Let's get ready for a big one. Let's get ready for a fun one. Let's get ready to see this action start coming alive in this market because we have been absolutely on fire. We made over $10,000 on our prop firm account over on Monday. We also made over $1,000 over on our real trading account on Monday. Yesterday, I made over $555 shorting stocks on my Cobra account. We're on a roll right now. We're on a roll. We got no signs of slowing down. We got no thunderclouds, no lightning. We got a little bit of, again, a little action, a little spice here this morning. It's going to be a good day. So, traders, I need everyone to buckle in right now. I need everyone to smash that thumbs on up right here. Keeping my eyes peeled over on the news scanner, making sure we're not missing anything whatsoever. And we are all set here, ready to get after it. So, traders, let's talk about it right now. Let's go over everything step by step, making sure that you guys understand every single move, every single opportunity, so that no one misses a beat in any sort of way. But if you guys are watching over on YouTube, if you guys are watching over on X, if you guys are watching on any of these plays right now, take a moment, smash the thumbs on up. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I hope you guys are ready to rock and roll on this day. So let's get everyone prepared. Right now, CMCT is the #1 stock that every single trader should be looking at. CMCT is the play that traders are getting excited over. This is the #1 top gainer. It's up 96% at this time. It has 720,000 in float. And this is the stock that most traders are betting this is going to go on the short squeeze at the start of the day. Now, we actually found this play, CMCT, the moment it came on out. Now, this play, if you guys take a look, came on out at the time of 7 a.m. and the stock absolutely exploded on up. Now, how did I find that? Well, as you guys know, all I do every single morning to find every single press release is, again, I keep my eyes over on Fox Runner. So you guys could see I was looking at the scanner, CMCT, 7 o'clock in the morning. CMCT has a 3-star press release. It went on this very big spike. We saw it right when it came on out. It talks about an agreement. So it says CMCT announced a sale of lending division, has entered into a definitive agreement to sell its lending division. Now, if you guys missed it over on Fox Runner right here, over at the 7 o'clock, it was also posted at the news alerts at around 7 o'clock or maybe 7:01, maybe like 30 seconds after. But what do we have right here? Yes, 7:01. CMCT sale of lending division announces sale of this lending division right here. So again, it's always so important to be aware of these plays the moment you get out, because again, traders, little review. What are the 3 ways that you can profit off of a play? For anyone who does not know, this is the secret sauce. Instead of you buying a $3,000 trading course, you guys will get the answer right now. Either number 1, you buy it the moment hot news comes on out. That's why we use the best news scanners. That's why we use the best equipment. So we get real-time information the moment it comes on out. You see CMCT come on out on Fox Runner, you go ahead and you buy it immediately. Stock goes from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 to all the way up towards $11. There's a lot of money to be made right off the rip. Now, if you miss it, if you miss that, you go ahead and you look for a short. Says, Dek, hey, the stock went all the way from $5 to $11. I can go ahead and I can bet that the stock is going to fall. If you miss that, the last thing that you guys can do is go ahead and look for a dip buy. So you could buy it when it first comes out, you could short it after it goes on a spike, and you could dip buy it if it does have a good, strong, credible press release. So as you guys can clearly see right here, what's the first way that you guys could trade? Hey, I'm looking at the scanners. Guess what happens? Stock goes on a very big rip and run, and we see the stock go on a massive breakout. Absolutely love that. Next on up out of the list, of course, the stock starts dropping itself back on down. We start seeing nice shorts. We start seeing great opportunities right there. Absolutely fantastic. Or option number 3, we get a dip buy. We're a little bit late to the party. We're, again, buying low. We're not chasing the top and buying at the tops. We're not shorting the bottoms. And of course, we're not missing out on the play. We want to be able to pick one of the 3 different areas where we can have success. One out of the 3 different areas where we can truly make money. So start thinking about that, traders, on what is the best place for me to be able to make money over on these plays. But that's what got CMCT going on this day. That's where I got where so many traders are focused on. And if we take a look at the top gainers of today, from, again, with news or with filings right here, we can clearly see CMCT is the number 1 top gainer, looking for the first play of the morning to be able to spike up over 100% on the day. So CMCT announced a sale of lending division. Then we drop on down to AMZE right here, which talks about completes acquisition of the food channel. So again, that one's taking over the food channel over on AMZE. It's only a 90-cent stock, so it's not anything that's too massive or too big. But then we drop down to 30%, 30%, 24%. So let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's still focus over on CMCT at this moment. But as you guys can see, looking at all the top gainers right now, it really is CMCT and AMZE are on top of the leaderboard. That's on top of the list. That's where the majority of traders are focused on. Now, if we wanted to get our game plan, it says Wednesday's watch list, everything you need to know. Let's skip the blue chip data here for a second and let's go down to the hot movers. It says as of 8:55 a.m. Eastern time, the majority of traders are focused on CMCT. This has been the only stock this morning to show true 100% potential. CMCT released a press release at the time of 7 a.m. Eastern time stating that they announced a sale of lending division. After this release, we saw a 100% spike as the stock moved from 572 to 1106. The press release is solid, but what's even better is the extremely low float of only 720,000. This low float on CMCT will allow it to have extremely volatile moves throughout the day if large buying or selling pressure moves in. $10 is the main resistance line, with $8 holding up as the main support line. So let's go ahead and start doing our charting right now over on CMCT. First thing, if you guys haven't, always add the VWAP indicator. The VWAP indicator is going to help you become a better trader, understand where support and resistance can be at. Now, as I take a look over on CMCT, I can clearly see that we do have strong $11 top resistance. $11 is the high of the day area. 1106 is the exact high of the day. So when I'm taking a look over on CMCT right now at this time, guys, I'm saying to myself, all right, 1106 pre-market high, $11, very strong resistance. Let's put that into like a dark red, like a dark brownish red. That's showing us, of course, that is going to be top resistance. Now we are going to just have natural $10 resistance. Breaking into a double-digit area is always going to be holding up as some strong resistance line. Just like when we go from 99 cents to now $1 per share. Just like when we go from $4.99 to $5 per share. It's just like we go from $9.99 to $10 per share. They're extremely strong psychological levels, and that's going to be tough to be able to break through. So CMCT, if you're saying what are the two areas that are going to be tough to get above, it's going to be $10 and it's also going to be $11. These are going to be strong areas to be able to break through. These are areas that have high chances, high odds of a reversal. Now, what else do we have here, guys? You guys can also see at this moment that we do have $8 as a possible dip buy. You guys can see bounce play right here, $8. Bounce play right here, $8. If we do fade and fall at the start of the day, there's a great chance that we do see a bounce around that $8 mark. $8 is going to be where you have the odds of seeing a dip buy. You have the odds of shorters covering. You have the odds of seeing buying influence move back on in. So CMCT at the start, $10, make or break for the breakout or the reversal, falls down to $8, get ready for a dip buy. If it spikes up to $11, we could either get the short squeeze or a big reversal from there. But those 3 points are going to be like your major price points. Those 3 points are going to be your major areas that every single trader should be on top of and be focused on going into this morning. So now, again, we're starting to develop some sort of game plan if you want to go long, if you want to short, but again, you know your areas on what you should be at. Now, again, it does come down to you. I could say right now, all right, guys, there's the game plan. And some people are sitting here and saying, well, Dek, I don't know what the game plan is. Am I buying? Am I selling? Am I shorting? Well, this comes down to you and your risk tolerance. Again, I just told you the 3 main price points. I just told you the number 1 stock of the day. I told you again why it's moving. CMCT. Well, Dek, what could I do? Okay, I could dip buy at the VWAP. Dip buy at the VWAP, sell out again, $10 resistance. No, I'm going to short at $10 resistance, hold it back down to $8. You know what? I'm going to buy it at the break of $10, hold it up to $11. I'm going to short at $11, hold it back down to $10. Whatever your strategy is, it's all around those 3 price points. So that's what you need to understand about CMCT at this time. So CMCT is number 1. Number 2, as we already reviewed and as we already talked about, is AMZE. AMZE did have a little morning spike and then it kind of faded on off, and then it did come out with a press release at a little bit after here, traders. I believe AMZE, we had the press release right here, 8:30 in the morning. It says AMZE completes acquisition for the food channel. AMZE completes acquisition of the food channel with plans to revamp the platform experience of the culinary creators. So again, I actually saw this one as well right at 8:30 when it came on out, and we could see, where's that, right here. 8:30 and 11 seconds came out with news. AMZE 2-star press release started going on the spike, and you guys can see what's the 2 stars. This 2 stars is the word completes. So again, it did complete. It completed the acquisition for the food channel. So I don't know how many of you guys, again, watch the food channel anymore. You know what's kind of sad? It's, you know, TV's kind of dying. I don't think, like, guys, I don't even have cable in my house. Like, if you turned on my TV, it just goes psh, like there's no, I don't have channels. I don't have, like, you know, I don't know if you guys do either. It's like, well, Dek, what do you watch? Again, I have Netflix, I have Amazon Prime, I have Peacock, I have Hulu, I have HBO. Like if I watch a football game, I have it on the NFL app. If I watch, again, you know, a movie, I have Netflix or Amazon Prime. If I want to watch a TV show. So again, I don't really know too many people who have cable anymore. So it's like, oh, Dek, you know, AMZE is acquiring the food channel. It's like, great, that's amazing if you're over the age of 55 years old and you haven't, again, switched over to streaming services yet. You know what I mean? So the thing is, it's like, you know, while that is a big name, I don't know how well this is going to react just because it is more of a dying breed. It's like basically buying a radio ad. It's like, oh, guys, I'm going to go buy a radio ad at this time. I just spent, again, $5,000 on radio ads. What is this, 1986? You know, it's like no one listens to the radio anymore. Everyone, again, you jump on your car and, again, Bluetooth turns on. Once Bluetooth turns on, you put the playlist you want, you put the soundtrack you want, you put a podcast on that you want. You know, I know the majority of people don't even listen to music anymore, you know, in the car. They just put on a podcast or put on a YouTube video and sit there and listen to it. So again, like, you know, we definitely want to understand, you know, the times and what's actually happening here. So CMCT, we're keeping that one on watch. AMZE, we're keeping that one on watch. And those are going to be the top 2 plays at the bell that we are going to be looking at and we are going to be focusing on, guys. Let's just make sure we're not missing anything else, okay? I know one play that you guys are talking about is ONON. ONON reports third quarter 9-month period ends September 30th. So ONON right here, guys, this was right around like 8:45 where we saw reports results for third quarter and 9-month period ended September 30th. So this is an earnings report and they did have a positive earnings report. So you guys can see right here, ONON, a little bit more expensive, but this is a play that a lot of traders are focused on. This is a play that a lot of traders like. This is a play, you know, that I know a lot of people are going to be looking at the bell. So this would be another one to kind of just keep your eyes peeled. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are watching right now, smash that thumbs on up, hit that like button, subscribe, retweet the X video. I appreciate every single one, every single person tuning in and enjoying this right now. Let's actually go back to blue chips right now here, traders, because I said everything you need to know. The blue chip Dow Jones Industrial Average surged to a new record close yesterday, but the technology-heavy NASDAQ composite sat out on gains as key artificial intelligence stocks floundered. So again, AI stocks have been a little bit slow recently. It says AMD shares dropped more than 2% despite CEO Lisa Su and analysts expect a roughly 35% annual revenue growth. Shares of AMD recovered in after-hours trading. CoreWeave shares plunged more than 16%. That's an AI stock that works with NVIDIA. They plunged 16% yesterday. NVIDIA slipped 3% after SoftBank sold out their shares. The big short investor Michael Burry also cast doubt over the AI trade this week, accusing multiple AI hyperscalers of artificially inflating earnings. Guys, can we take a second here for a moment? This is a little bit scary, right? We have Michael Burry saying, again, AI, it's a bubble. We have NVIDIA starting to slip 3% as we are seeing SoftBank sell their shares. We are seeing CoreWeave, who is partnered with NVIDIA, fall 16% after bad earnings. We're seeing AMD saying they're on pace for 35% record growth, and they fell yesterday. So AMD, if anyone did not see this, they actually did have their, I think it was called like their financial meeting, or it wasn't an earnings report. It was like them on stage, kind of what like Tesla did the other week. Financial Analyst Day. And it says, you know, they're going to be growing by 60%, core business by 10%, AMD total business by 35%. So we are seeing, you know, massive growth over on AMD. Now, AMD traders, who remembers when I alerted this stock back in 2023? The stock was at like $110, $112. Now, again, AMD's at $237. It's up 96% over the last, again, you know, over the last 10 months now. That is absolutely crazy. So we definitely want to continue to keep our eyes peeled over on AMD. Now, I know, again, there is always fear. There's always fear. Traders, I posted this video yesterday. And again, you know, for some reason or another, maybe it's just like the algorithm right now, but whenever I post videos of me ranting in a car, it just, for some reason, always goes viral. Right? You know, I don't know if you guys have seen like my other rants before, but you know, like this one, I put this on, this has 107,000 views, you know, 1,300 likes of me again talking about, you know, why you don't need a trading course. I'll just give you the answers. Same exact thing. I was driving home from the gym yesterday. And again, this one has 74,000 views now. And if you guys haven't seen this, again, I'm going to take a moment. You guys could check this on out and listen in. And this is why I'm saying I again believe the stock market's going to continue to spike, continue to rip, and continue to run. So if you guys haven't seen this, check this on out. I'm going to turn it on for you.
In my bank account, in my brokerage account, that the stock market is going to continue to stay extremely bullish in 2026. The reason why I say this is because the nonstop fear-mongering from idiots on YouTube that are just trying to get clickbaits, and I want to put an end to it right now. Yes, we had tariffs. Guess what happened? The stock market is hitting brand new record highs. Yes, we have AI bubble concerns. Guess what happened? The stock market is sitting at record highs. Guess what happened? We had inflation. Doesn't matter. We're sitting at record highs. The thing is, even this tricked Wall Street. We have right now 75% of institutions and firms that are currently underneath their annual return. This makes them look like idiots. Imagine being a Wall Street broker. Imagine being a Wall Street firm. Imagine having billionaire clients that you tell them that you are expecting to get a 10, 15, 20% return every single year. And right now, you made the worst bet of your life. As of right now in this moment, we are seeing the most in record history, institutions, firms, hedge funds be underneath their annual return to their investors. You know why? Because yes, when tariffs came, they got scared, they got nervous, and they started betting that a recession was going to happen. And it just never did. Inflation, we covered it. There has never been a time in history that we cut rates within 2% of record highs and the stock market fell the following 12 months. There has not been a time that we go into quantitative easing, which we're about to head into December, that the stock market continues to fade and fall. Yes, you could sit here all you want and say stocks are overevaluated, but think about how much money is about to turn into buying so that these institutions and firms can be able to save their ass in the final 2 months of the year. We are going to see more money being pumped into the market than ever over the next 2 months. I'm thinking record highs, extremely bullish at this moment. Wall Street's got to cover their ass, and you and I are about to profit off of it. Betting every...
All right. So traders, that's where we're at right now at this moment. Those are my thoughts. That's what I'm seeing. So even though, again, there is always going to be fear, there's always going to be doubt, there's always going to be some random guy with his opinions, the easiest thing you can ever do, and it's so crazy, traders. I will tell you right now, it is so crazy on how much hate I've gotten on that video where people will say, oh, you're going to lose it all. Oh, Dek, you don't understand how to manage risk. Guys, I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm going to be so frank with you. For me to jump on a video and me to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and put my net worth into the S&P 500 and people to say, oh, you don't understand risk. Oh, again, you're going to lose it all. Those people have no idea what they're talking about. No idea. How are you going to tell me putting money into the S&P 500 doesn't know how to manage risk? All you have to do, it's the most simple and most elementary thing in the world. Just go back to a yearly or monthly chart on the S&P 500 and just look at it. Just freaking look at it. It's almost like, again, you know, the fact is when people say, oh, you don't know how to manage risk. Oh, again, you're going to blow up your account. Traders, the S&P 500 has been moving up forever. Since, again, the 1920s. Yes, you do get a pullback in 2022. Yes, you do get a pullback in 2019. Yes, you do get a pullback in 2018. Yes, the stock market did fall in 2008. But ladies and gentlemen, for me, again, I will constantly and consistently be adding money at highs. Because guess what? I will guarantee in the future the S&P 500 will be higher than it is now. Now you might say, let's say again, worst case scenario. All of a sudden, worst case scenario, the market starts dropping a little bit. And people start saying, haha, Dek, you're going to lose it all. And all of a sudden it bounces back up just like it did in the past. Just like it did here, just like it did here, just like it did here. I'm not saying we have green every single day. But for anyone to say that again, oh, the S&P 500 is going to crash. The S&P 500 on average has almost a 5-year bull run. That's what it is on average. It's about 4.5 years bull run to 6 months of bearish months. So a bull run lasts for about 3.5, 4 years. When you have a bear market, it lasts for less than 6 months. What do you think the odds are? The odds are just stick with the market. The odds are just throw your money into the S&P 500. You'll win. So again, for that video right there, for anyone that's like, oh, he doesn't know how to manage risk. Yeah, I'm going to consistently buy at highs for the rest of my life. I wish I bought in 2007 before the big dip. I wish I bought in 2019 because look how much higher we are now. And that will happen over and over and over again. That's what, again, traders don't understand. All right? They're too short-term, too narrow-minded. So let's bring this on over. Let's talk about it all. Right now, traders, at this time, let's see how CMCT is going to open and how CMCT is going to react. This is going to be, obviously, a hot play at the bell. CMCT, $10 resistance. Now, I already do have 1,000 shares that I can short. Again, they weren't that expensive in any sort of way. They cost me, just a little heads on up. CMCT, I was approved. 516 shares for $3.80. Let's say if I want to get 500 more shares here. Locate lowest, cancel right here. That's going to cost me $2.54. I'm going to click OK. CMCT, let's see if I get accepted here. Yep, accepted. 484 shares, 516 from before. So I have about 1,000 shares now. Perfect. So guys, I have spent right here. We are all set, ready to go, ready to make this money. And let's see if, again, CMCT, I have 1,000 shares I can short whenever I would like. Now, there are many times that CMCT squeezes and spikes all the way up to $10. So remember our main key areas. You have 3 main key points. Number 1, $8. Number 2, $10. And number 3, $11. Those are the main key points. Now, Dek, you're saying, okay, help me out here. Make me a better trader. Okay, I got you. You ready? Number 1, you can look for a dip buy right here because there was a dip buy right above $8 right there. Here's a dip buy at $8. Here's a dip buy at $8. If you're looking for the $8 dip buy, you are going to have a stop loss underneath $8. I can't give you the exact price, but I would say somewhere right around like $7.80, $7.79. Give it maybe 20 cents to get a dip buy, but if it starts crashing underneath that, you move on. Dek, what's the next way to trade? The next way to trade is, again, you look for a short. You enter a short at $10, where we got rejected here, where we got rejected here, where you guys see we've been rejected here. We have old upper shadow right here. Now, you also are going to have a stop loss at around the price of $10.25, $10.30. So you want to allow it to be able to turn and fall at $10, but at the same time, you know, guess what? If it starts squeezing $10.25, $10.30, there is that chance that you could possibly see that breakout and that rip and run. Now, if again, you're saying to yourself, all right, Dek, I'm not a shorter. Well, if you're not a shorter, that's okay as well, because you can go ahead and look for an entry at the break of $10. But as always, if you're looking for the break of $10, you have to have a stop loss in case we start coming back on down. So I would have a stop loss underneath maybe the price of $9.70. You again allow it to hit $10, come back down to $9.80, hit $10, come back down to $9.85, hit $10 and breakout, and then hopefully you get that big time squeeze. Now again, your next target's going to be $11. $11 is a great area to short, have a stop loss above that in case we squeeze, or again, you can take some profits right here, and of course, get ready for the possible next leg if that one can break through that. So again, you can see the old spiking highs right here, old spiking highs right here. It's all about, number 1, finding the hot stock. Number 2, understanding why that stock is moving. Number 3, finding the hot key points so that now, again, you could be able to come up with a game plan for you guys to be able to make the most money as possible. Okay? So, you guys will be all set, ready to go. Everyone will be all good, and we will be absolutely fired on up. Now, little heads on up here, traders. Also, we actually do have a special guest here today. We actually do have trade ideas. One of their, top traders is jumping on the stream with us at around 10:15 a.m. Eastern time. So that's going to be in about 45 minutes. I want to make some trades first. I want to make some money first. I want to get after it first, and then, of course, go from there. So here we go. Here we go, baby. So right now we do have CMCT slowly trying to move itself on up. Let's see if CMCT could be able to grind here. Let's see if CMCT could be able to get that pop up towards around like that 1010 area and be able to get a little bit of that move. Now, Dek, would it be a good idea to look for those shorts? Again, I am not opposed in any way to look for shorts around 1010 as long as you have a stop loss behind it. So again, I like kind of doing 200 shares. Maybe again, kind of do a couple different areas here. 200 shares at 980. That's not bad. Then again, 200 shares right around 997. There we go. Then maybe again, 200 shares a little bit higher, 1010. Now again, we go 200 shares, maybe a little bit higher than that, 1020. And then we have a stop loss if that ever starts breaking through those areas. So now I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 different areas that I can go ahead and be able to make some money. Unfortunately, the stock is now falling. Dang it. So you guys could see, right now at this moment, traders, I was trying to get ready for this reversal. I was looking for it to go up a little bit higher, then to be able to reverse and fade and fall and start dropping. So I was looking for a little bit of a pop near $10. Look for some entries at, again, 980, 997, 1010, 1022. It's already starting to fade and fall at this moment. Right idea, just didn't come up to the price that initially we wanted. Now, Dek, how low can this fall on down to? You guys know the answer on this. This one can obviously fall on down towards around the price of $8. So this one can be able to keep on fading. This one can keep on dropping at this moment. So is there anything else that's kind of getting a little bit of attention, a little bit of hype, and a little bit of action? We got a little LPTX. Traders, this is also very important as well. I posted this yesterday, but I truly do want every single person to just see it. And I want to just kind of bring this up here for a moment. So I don't want to cover up the entire screen if you guys want to watch this, but I do just want to show this for every single person. So just a heads on up, I want to read this to everyone. It says, very important announcement. And let me actually turn off the music right here. It says, very important announcement. Live commentary. Me on the live stream is going to return every morning starting at around 6:45, 7 a.m. and go up towards our normal time, 10:30, 11 o'clock. I know over the past probably month and a half, 2 months, I haven't been doing morning commentary. It's been more me jumping on the mic around 9 a.m. and then kind of talking and looking for some trades for about an hour and a half. Now, for me, guys, I was getting caught up in a few different other things. A couple of other things were kind of grabbing my attention, and I apologize about that. That's on my end. That doesn't obviously, concern you. You are here to learn. You are here to become a better trader. You are here to be part of this community. And I do think I need to go the extra mile for you. I don't want to reach expectations. I want to exceed expectations. So you will be seeing a dramatic change. You will be seeing more streaming. You will be seeing more content. You will be seeing more out of me. I think you guys deserve that. I think you guys earn that. And obviously that's what you guys are paying for me to be here, for me to stream, for me to give you guys my all every day. Now, obviously I do that and I try to do as much as I possibly can, but I know so many people enjoy when I jump on the live stream at 6:45. We look for live trades together at 7, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30. We are constantly getting after it. And then again, we're done with the day by 9:30 sometimes. That's amazing. So just a heads up for every single person. We will be kicking off live streams starting next week at around 6:45, 7 a.m. And we are going to be streaming and doing the bulk of our streams, all of pre-market throughout the start of the morning and making sure that we're all good. So no hour and a half long streams. We're doing 4.5 hour long streams. We will be live from start to finish, from pre-market all the way up towards 10:30, 11 o'clock, because we need to go the extra mile for you. We know how much money is made in pre-market. We know CMCT, the most money has been made in pre-market. We know a lot of these plays such as AMZE, the majority of money is made in pre-market. We need to be trading during that time. Okay? So, I just wanted to throw this out here for every single person. Get ready for that. Get excited for that, because that's going to be absolutely something that's major. So I am pumped and I am ready to rock and roll. I hope you guys are excited as well. If you guys are over on YouTube, you guys can join us live every single day over on tradecaster.com. And make sure that you guys are all set. Big Bear AI starting to move its way on up. Ooh, Big Bear AI. I like that. I like Big Bear. Again, Big Bear still has a long way to go, though. This stock kind of, crashed from $8, but it is getting a nice little bounce. How's my baby doing? How's AMPX doing right now? Guys, AMPX, what do I want to see? I want to see that $15 break. For anyone who does not know, AMPX is the stock that I am currently in on more of like my swing trading account. AMPX right here, this is one that I bought in at $12.60. So if anyone wants my entry is $12.60. I've said that a bajillion times. I'm in on 500 shares. It was a little over a $6,000 investment, and AMPX is the stock that I wanted to turn into like an IONQ. I want to see AMPX have that similar run up. I want AMPX to turn into that Rocket Lab type of run up, going from $15 and running all the way up to $73. So AMPX right now, that is one of my kind of golden stocks that I've been holding for the past probably 2 weeks now, and I have no plans on selling that one. I plan on holding it for the next 1 year, 1 to maybe 2 years, who knows. But I would love to see AMPX break through 15, start getting a little ripping and running, and start getting that climb. I've gone over many reasons on why I love that play. It's a battery stock. It has to do with drones, the military, the big beautiful bill, everything that's happening at this moment. I would love to see that one break 15 and we start seeing a lot of hype and start seeing a lot of momentum. So AMPX, that's one of my favorite plays right now. CMCT, we're still looking for that $10 break at this moment. So still watching, still waiting. Dek, out of your video, would you really buy at record highs on the S&P 500? So the thing is, team, I'm in on the S&P 500, as you guys know. For anyone who does not know, this has been my best year, or one of my best years ever in stock trading. And I know some people are sitting here and saying, well, what do you mean, Dek? I remember, again, 2021, you had like $100,000 months, right? Making $20,000 a day. I agree with you. That was an absolutely insane year. But I'm talking about not in day trading, but more as, again, my long-term investing account. Now, why is my long-term investment account so incredible right now? Because I am not up 16% on the year on the S&P 500. I am up nearly 50% on the S&P 500. Remember here, traders, I bought in on the S&P 500 and every single stock at the lowest point, Monday, April 7th. And I've gone over this. I've shown you guys this a few times, but I took a screenshot of this morning because I just kind of want to show you guys here. This is an email exchange between myself and, again, my financial advisor here. And you guys, his name's Jeffrey. And I said, Jeffrey, well, I think there is more downside to come. And again, this is on Monday, April 7th. So again, this is back here, Monday, April 7th, when the S&P 500 was having all the tariff fear. This was the exact email I said to Jeffrey. I said, Jeffrey, while I think there's more downside to come, I'm open to starting some entries on anything that's 25% or lower as far as the Mag 7 plays. At that time, I wasn't as big of a fan on Tesla because I know Elon Musk was involved in politics. So I didn't want any politics. I don't care if you're left or right, Democrat, Republican. I didn't want, again, Democrats not buying Tesla because he was involved in the House. Now, obviously, at this time, he's not as involved in government, so it's a lot different. But I said anything that's over 25% drop, start entering. Google, Apple, etc. If there's any ETFs you like, go ahead and pull the trigger. I trust you. But 25% or lower for anything that we have. And again, everything was underneath that. We saw Microsoft, we saw Google, we saw Apple, we saw Amazon. And I said, please confirm anything you enter or see. Thank you. If you want to set up a call later today, we can. And he goes, here's what I'm thinking. We start with half positions today, then we add towards it over the next 2 days. And that was, again, on the list that I've gone over a million times over on all these plays right here. VST, Netflix, putting in 5% of my retirement portfolio, putting in 10% of my retirement portfolio. There's a list of 20 different stocks right here on every single play. And again, that's Monday, April 7th right here. So again, all the stocks that I got involved in, Monday, April 7th, $93 over on VST. I mean, we take a step back right here. I got involved Monday, April 7th, $92. Now it's all the way up towards $180, right? We take a look over on Google, Monday, April 7th, $144. It's up to $287. Meta, you can see Monday, April 7th, $497. It came back on down, $622, but I'm still in the green. Right? Uber was 10% of my position. Monday, April 7th, $62. Now up towards, again, $94. So it's all about, yes, is timing the market great? Sure, timing the market is amazing. Timing the market when it happens perfectly like I have right there, it's absolutely fantastic in every single way. But at the same time, you don't have to time the market. Just like, again, back in 2020, the market fell, it came back on up, and it ran 20%. Then it ran another 20%. Then it ran another 20%. We always see the market climb back on up. So you can always be ready for that. Little heads on up for every single trader. CMCT is trying to get that dip buy opportunity. You could see, again, bounce play, bounce play. Let's see this here, traders. Let's see if there is going to be a green candle that moves on up. Now, again, yesterday, do you guys remember when I went into that little analogy yesterday? Stock trading is a gamble if you make it. You can also have that extreme edge if you would like. When you take a look over on CMCT, you could see bounce play here, bounce play here. There was a bounce right above $8. And now we can try to make the prediction that that the $8 bounce is going to lead towards a green candle coming on up. Now, it's the same exact thing if we want to think about it as a casino. If I am playing one deck and it's blackjack, and I see 7, 6, 5, 7, 6, 5, 7, 8, 9, and I see all these small cards, what are the odds that the next time I put big money out there, I get big cards? Well, if the small cards are gone, the odds are the big cards are going to be coming. That's the way, again, a lot of card counting works. That's what people always try to think of, putting the odds in their favor. Now, with this, CMCT, we're doing the same exact thing. I realize bounce play here, bounce play here, bounce play here. This would be the same exact thing as me saying, hey, I'm going to put my big money out when I think I have a better chance of success. Now, what's my better chance of success right here? I think there could be a green candle coming on up here very soon. And the reason why I think that is because of the past, because the odds are in my favor. Now, I cannot guarantee that we're always going to have a bounce, especially on a stock like CMCT that's only 720,000 in float. But what I will say is you always are going to have a better chance of winning if you look for a bounce at support. Then let's say you place a stop loss right here. Let's say you do this. Here's your stop loss, okay? Your entry is at the price of $7.95. Your stop loss is at the price of $7.79. And now again, your target is up towards around the price of $8.45. This is how to be a successful stock trader right here. You have an entry at, again, a great area where we have multiple old bounces. You have a stop loss underneath the floor. If this ever started cracking, you would get out. And you also have an exit 2-3 times higher than where, of course, your stop loss is. Now, remember, I cannot guarantee, especially on a 790,000 in float stock, that this one's going to rip back up to 840. But I will say, if you consistently stay with these odds, where you are getting in at predictable areas, and you are getting in where the odds are in your favor, and you're sitting out when it's 50-50. Hey, you sit down at a deck playing blackjack, right? You sit down at a deck, they shuffle all the cards, and all of a sudden you just put out all your money. It's a 50-50. Maybe you get some big cards, maybe you don't. But if you sit there and get small card, small card, small card, small card, small card, and then you put a big bet out, there's the odds that you're going to have a big card, right? That's what I want you guys to understand with your stock trading. That's how I want you guys to be successful. And as long as you're keeping stops close and small, and your exits are going to be farther away for profit, you're going to be able to consistently win. So right now, CMCT starting to drop. No entries for ourselves at this moment. Right now, team, I'm still sitting, of course, 100% cash, 0 out of 0 on the day. Have not done anything whatsoever at all. I'm sitting back. No reason for me to put myself in any sort of position in any sort of way here. LPTX trying to move on up. CMCT, SLRX. Let's see if we can get anything else good. Let's see if we can get anything else, moving. Baby. Baby, hey, 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 yo, hey, yo. Right now here, team. GLTO, maybe getting a little bit of hype and momentum. Gotta see if GLTO is going to be able to get that squeeze. Gotta see if GLTO is going to be able to get that momentum. See if GLTO is going to be able to get that pop and that rip and that run. I want to see what we can do. I want to see what else we can find right now at this moment. I will say, guys, I am excited to be able to come back every single morning in pre-market. I want to I don't know. I want to start fresh. I want to let me shut this door first. I got a 185-pound German Shepherd mixed with Northern Alaskan Grey Wolf barking at, again, a squirrel right now. But again, I'm pumped. I'm just I'm ready to go. I just got so much energy. I got so much excitement in me. I got so much stuff going on in this small intestine right now. LPTX, CMCT. And I don't know if you hear the guard dog or not. That's why we got him. Big guard dog. I don't know if you guys know or not. Little fun fact for anyone. But if you own an animal, if you own a dog, there is a 90% chance, or I don't know what I'm trying to word here. There's a 90% chance more likely that your house will never be broken into. If there is a robber, let's say there's a robber, there's a bad person, and there's two houses, and there's one with a giant German Shepherd, and there's one with a kitten, most of the time, those robbers are going towards the kitten house. I'm a big dog guy. Love dogs. And then also, again, safety. You can also get little security cameras. I've been digging a moat around my house for the last, again, 12 months. Just myself. One of my favorite hobbies. I go outside with a shovel, put on, again, a little podcast, and just start digging. My neighbors hate it. They're like, why is that kid outside every single day just digging a moat? And I say, because I don't want to talk to you. Just wait until the drawbridge comes in. As you guys can see, I'm loved in my neighborhood. Loved. LPTX. Let's see if the stock continues to move on up. Dek, what if my cat's a lion? Well, then again, I wouldn't be going to that house either. That's a good point. That's a great point there. What do we got? Move. Huge spread on this. Let's see. MOVE. MOVE, $13 up to $16, starting to drop back on down. Let's find some Chinese random pump and dumps. Let's find again the little gutter sewer little, rats over here. Let's find again a couple little plays that are just kind of spiking on up and dumping right back on down. What do we have right now? PTN? Anything going on with PTN at this moment? PTN right now. No, again, news I see on PTN. This one's is that one even live at this time? Stock, it says it's gone from 25 cents up to $9. It definitely had some sort of stock split though, but it says it's paused right now. So let's see. We'll keep our eyes peeled on that one. No trades for myself just yet. Little heads on up. No trades for myself at this moment. We do have trade ideas jumping on the mic in about 25 minutes. So let's try to set a goal. We have 25 minutes to trade. Let's go for a $500 goal. Does that sound good? And let's also have a consequence. Okay? The consequence is going to be every 5 minutes that passes, I have to lose an article of clothing until I'm sitting here absolutely butt naked. Then I'm going to have Claire come over here with a leather belt, and every 5 minutes after she whips... Okay, hold on. Never mind. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we're getting a little too carried away. How about we just find a stock? How about we just find a play? Let's just find a move. PTN should be opening on up in the next 30 seconds, it seems like. So PTN might get a little bit of hype. PTN might get a little bit of a buying volume. FTCI. And again, it's been a great week of trading so far. It just comes down to volatility. That's all we care about. And then we know the stocks that move the fastest are usually going to be the lowest float plays. That's why, little heads on up, guys, I only care about the lowest float stocks. That's all I care about. Like, again, my settings, and I suggest everyone do this as well, is I don't care what price it is. I don't care what price it is. I don't care how big of a percentage it's moved. Or I care about the float. That's it. I like low float, 0 to 20 million in float. And that's how you're going to get the majority, not everyone, but the majority of the biggest spikers. LPTX, CMCT, AMZE. What's LPTX doing right now? LPTX, this is 34 million in float, but you can see it's sub $1. Usually stocks that are sub $1 are going to have a little larger float because they're so tiny, so the float can get eaten up a little bit more. 34 million float, slow and steady, trying to move itself on up. CMCT, again, that was the crazy one here today, 720,000 in float. GLTO at this moment. GLTO was a previous top gainer over on Monday. It was a previous top gainer on Monday and actually went on a big spike yesterday for a little bit. GLTO went from $5, spiked up to $25. Came back on down to $15. Spiked on up to $25. Came back down to $15. Went up to $25. Squeezed up to $35. Back on down to $20. Back up to $25. Came back on down to $21. Now again, back up to $25. Does anyone think maybe GLTO would just short this play at $25? I mean, traders, would that be nonsense? Would that be nonsensical? Would I again be sitting here taking crazy pills if I said, hey guys, maybe we look for a possible short between $23 to $25? I mean, Dek, is that a crazy thought? Well, I mean, we hit $25 here and we fell. We broke it a little bit here and fell. Here's $24. Here's $25. Here's $24. Here's again $24. Here's $24.50 and here's $25. Every time we have hit or come up towards us, big red drop, big red drop, big red drop, red drop, and possibly another big red drop right around the corner. Right? So it's like, I don't know. That could be a great little opportunity as we come on up towards around 25 bucks. You know, we look for some small shorts and maybe slowly build a position if this stock can start turning and dropping and start fading back on down. So maybe GLTO, if this one can spike on up and come back on down. Let's see here. Let's go over towards GLTO here. GLTO, 1,000 shares. Inquire all. 1,000 shares. How much is it going to cost us? Locate lowest. This is going to cost us 80 cents. The total cost for 1,000 shares using locate 3 would be 80 cents. Guys, that's nothing. 80 cents? We'll take it. All right, guys. Just located 1,000 shares on GLTO for 80 cents. Now, this is also a play I would want to go very, very tiny with. You know? Very tiny with. But I do like the $25 strong resistance all the way up towards maybe 26. Let's see if this thing can 25, 20, 100 shares. 2560, 100 shares. 2570, 100 shares. You know, like spreading it completely out here. Let's see here, guys. GLTO trying to get a little bit of hype right now. So again, only staying very, very, very tiny. All right, I like this. I like this, guys. So GLTO, I'm not going to add right now. It's not halted just yet, but I did just do 300 shares with a cost basis of $25.50. So GLTO, guys, did just get a small pop. And I don't mind being in on 300 shares. This is, again, very, very small. But I like the idea of what we're looking at right now. I like the idea. Now, Dek, tell me again your game plan. What's your stop loss? What are you going to be looking at? So for myself, GLTO, what I think is going to be a good idea here is going to be just slowly add small shares. Don't go big. Don't go crazy. Every time you see a new high, add 50 shares, 100 shares. And if we ever start breaking like 28, we're out. Like, that's what I would be doing. So again, this is not a 2,000 share order. This is not 5,000 shares. This is small, easy, collective, no big deal, right? So GLTO here, traders. This is one that definitely has a lot of the potential, a lot of the hype. No forcing, putting ourselves only in good stocks and that have good opportunities to be able to reverse. First little trade, trying to start the party up. That's it. I'm just trying to start the party up, get some things going here. And we would have, again, about 4 or 5 minutes until this one gets unhalted. All right here, traders. Awesome. Let's see what we get. Again, no reason to go crazy. No reason to be able to see this one kind of go up higher than what it needs to. If anything, we'll give it a chance. If it starts going ballistic for some reason, I'll just get out, move on from it. But I think, you know, right now we are absolutely fine. Staying smart, putting ourselves in a good position. Opens up here in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Dek, where would you add on to this play? I'm not adding on it to... I'm going to keep that 300 shares for a little bit. If it dumps, great. If it keeps on spiking, I'll add like $28 or so. So right now, I do think traders are kind of looking around, asking themselves, oh man, is there going to be a hot trade today? Is there going to be a hot move today? Is there going to be a hot, you know, ripper and runner here? All right. Guys, we open back up in 2 minutes. Give me 1 second. We'll be all set, ready to rock and roll. All right, team. At this time, let's look at past chart history. Where are the major areas of trouble? Let's do this together. Major areas of trouble. Number one would be if GLTO spikes all the way up to $33. That is a major area of trouble, right? We also have... I just want to post this picture real quick. We also have GLTO at this time. All right, awesome. If at this area around $26. So I see $26, strong resistance. I see all the way at the very tippity top right here, $33, strong resistance. Let's go back into a little bit of a larger time frame as well. Let's go back to a 10-minute time frame. $26 is going to be tough. $26.50. And you guys can see this right here. Take a look. Dek, where do you think the reversal most likely would happen? Top resistance, $26.50. Top resistance, $26. Old, again, dip, buy, and bounce area. Old tops, $26. I think this one could easily spike on up towards around $26.50 before, again, maybe we start getting a little bit of a reversal back on down. Maybe I can add a couple shares in case we get a small little pop up towards around that top area. Towards around like $26.50, $26.70. So again, can add a little bit up high. And again, only adding up near super highs. That's all. Right now, guys, you can see my live position down 300 bucks. Down 300 bucks. That's my live position at this moment. So traders, at this time, I'm watching. I only got 300 shares at this time. Currently down $3. Let's see if that $26 mark is going to be holding up as a top. We can switch on over towards, again, a 1 minute time frame. See if this one is going to fade and fall. Dek, what are you looking for out of this trade? If I'm in at $25.50, I would like to see it drop back on down towards, the low 24s. If we can go down towards the low 24s and I can make $400 or so out of this play, I think that's a very nice trade. So right now here, traders, watching this one, seeing what we could do out of this play. Currently down 120 bucks. Let's see if this one can get a little bit of a crack on down. Now, Dek, what are you looking for? Again, we want to see that overall reversal, right? That overall reversal, that overall fade. And again, this one could also be if it does start turning. If it does start turning and does start reversing, we could hold it for a while. Right? I mean, take a look at that, let's say, 10-minute time frame. We hit $26. We ultimately fell back down to $16. We hit $26. We fell back down to $15. We again came on up towards $25. We eventually fell down to $14. We came on up to $33. We came back on down to $20. So it's like, we're just taking the prediction that's somewhere near this red line, this red line, this red line, that we could easily turn and fade and fall. That's all we're looking for. We're not trying to do anything, again, wild. We're just, again, looking for that prediction there. And if we wanted to hold this for, let's say, a multiple hours or 2 hours, we could possibly see this all the way back down towards the $20 region. That could easily happen in the future. So, GLTO, that's my thought process. Wanted to just explain it for every single person. Right now, I'm making a killing. Right now, guys, I'm up $3. You might say, Dek, how do you do it? How do you make $3 in the stock market? How are you so good? And I say, guys, it's just practice. Obviously, again, if you want to make $3 like I do, I mean, it's just practice, baby. Right now, GLTO, let's see if this thing can dump a little bit. Let's see if GLTO can kind of sell off a little bit. If we can get that sell off and we can push ourselves up to $200, $300, $400, that could be awesome. So again, the bids are at $24.69. $24.69 are the bids. Right now, again, the ask are at $24.87. We want to see the bids drop to like $24. We want to see the bids like go underneath the VWAP. Now, the VWAP's going to be a very tough little support line to be able to break underneath. Right now, sitting with $189 in profit. Let's see if we get that dump, that little sell-off. Is there anyone here that usually shorts and the moment you guys get out, the stock dumps? Can anyone do that? If anyone's like, Dek, I'm cursed. Every time I get out of a play, it dumps. Can anyone just kind of be like, oh, Dek, I'll help you out here? That would be awesome. You got me? Thank you. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding, guys. So right now, traders, we're up 150, 96, 150. Looking for that sell-off underneath, again, the VWAP. And remember, you got two ways to trade this. I mean, you guys could take $150 right now. Just be like, hey, Dek, I'm happy. I made $150, in the matter of 2 minutes by clicking buttons. Nothing wrong with that in any sort of way. Or you can say, hey, Dek, I think this one's going to give a whole lot back over the next, 3 hours. I'm just going to sit on this and hold this for the next 3 hours. You could also do that if you want to as well. So do you guys want the quick money? Get out, take $150? Or do you guys want to say to yourself, hey, Dek, you know what? I'm going to hold this because, the last X amount of times we came up towards that $26 region, we have been seeing very nice sell-offs. Right now, we're up 150. Still getting a little bounce in here and there. We might still get that opportunity for a big upper shadow. Guys, at this moment right now, 25, 24, 98. I'm just going to take this to begin with. I'm going to take my gains right here, make a free $100. It's not like anything's crazy happening. It's not going on a big dump. I'm just going to take my quick little $100. So, guys, quick little 100, no big deal, nothing crazy, nothing special. But you know what? At least we're getting on the board right now. You know, I'm hunting. That's what I do, guys. I hunt. I sit there. I do things with my hands. We'll take a small little $100 gain. Think about what you can do with $100 today. Let's again just close our eyes. Let's think about, all right, Deck, you just made $105. What are you going to do with it? I don't know. Usually when I make $100, you know, this is usually like the tip I'll give like to my Uber driver. This is usually, you know, if I go to Chick-fil-A or something like that, you know, I'll just give a $100 tip on the table, you know, if I'm sitting down and dining in. Sometimes if, you know, I'm in New Jersey and, you know, I'm getting my gas pumped for me, you know, say, hey, $20 regular, give them a $105 tip. Things like that. So right now, team, take 100. We're out of there. We'll wait for a different and better opportunity. LPTX, CMCT. Come on, we want to see a little bit more hype. We want to see a little bit more action. We want to see a little bit more buying volume. AMZE right here. Still looking LPTX. Let's get ourselves ready to go. Now, as you guys know, in the next 7 minutes, we are going to be getting ourselves pumped. Trade Ideas is going to be jumping on the mic, and they are going to be hooking you guys up with some discounts. So I'm very excited about that. Hooking you guys up with some discounts. As always, I always like to just take a few moments and just talk about every single, all the equipment that I use. Number one, guys, Cobra. They are single-handedly the best broker out there. I will say this right now. I have never met a better broker that has better shorts, that has better real-time access, that is going to get me in and out of trades so quickly. Cobra is amazing. Now, again, with that being stated here, traders, Cobra is a premium. It's a premium broker. If you want to take your trading serious, they are going to be a little bit more costly, but at the same time, they are going to, again, get the job done right. That's what I absolutely love. Number two, my favorite scanner, Foxrunner. Deck, do you need Foxrunner? I will say this right now. If I did not have this scanner, I would not be able to find any plays in the morning. I would be sitting there. It would be like driving blindfold. Every morning, this gives me every single answer the moment it comes on out, with the news alerts, with, again, who's buying in Congress, with the different press releases, with, of course, all this. I will say this is one of the most, if not the most important scanner I have. So make sure you guys go ahead. Check that on out. You guys can put the word Foxy in for, again, 30% off. They also are coming out with their mobile app very soon, which is going to be insane. The first ever company for a new scanner to come out with a mobile app and give you push notifications to your phone. That's going to be ridiculous. Next on up is Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas, they are jumping on the mic here in the next few moments. But with this being stated, I will say Trade Ideas is the longest app that I've been using. I've been using them since the very beginning. I use the High of the Day Momentum Scanner, Top Gainers, Holt Scanner, Breakout Scanner, all the charting. I have never strayed away from Trade Ideas in any sort of way. They are going to be able to help you. They are going to make you a better trader. They are going to, again, give you real-time data. They are going to go the extra mile. Trade Ideas is fantastic. Take some time. Sign on up with them. And then also on top of that, guys, join us over on a free 7-day pass over on tradecaster.com. Again, we got some amazing stuff coming on up. Black Friday is right around the corner. And of course, I'm starting up my live streams every single morning at around 6:45 in the morning, starting next week. Every single day, getting after it, going to be insane. Make sure you guys are fired up and make sure you guys are ready to rock and roll. That's going to be great in every way. I am so jacked up about it. Last but not least, again, for you prop firm traders out there, again, the prop firm that I'm funded with that I use is, again, One Stop Prop. You guys can go ahead, check them on out. They have been absolutely amazing, absolutely great for us. So, make sure you guys are all good. Those are all the links that I use. And let's see what comes on up here, team. Now, does anyone have any sort of questions, comments, or concerns? Anything that you guys need, please let me know. I want to help you guys on out. I want to make you guys better traders, and I want to see you guys go the extra mile. I know, again, I already said this earlier, but I do want to just say it one more time here, traders. You know, the thing that I do want to kind of just bring up right here is that I do apologize. I apologize that I have not been live streaming in pre-market. I apologize that my streams have been a little shorter. I apologize, again, at those times that you guys are here giving me so much respect, and I have not been live during those pre-market commentary sessions, and that is all changing next week. Next week, we are back live from 6:45 in the morning throughout all of pre-market. We are going all the way up to 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock. We are live trading in pre-market, giving you the answers the moment they come on out, watching the scanners, working as a community, working as the team. So again, I just wrote this out yesterday, and I just want you guys to know it's game time. We're going to lock the fuck in and get after it, all right? Let's go. Let's get ready to go. Get dialed in right here. I apologize about that not being there. I was taking care of a few things over the past 2-3 months, but it's time to get back to work. $10.12. Juicy World, Deck, can I see the keywords you use over in Fox Runner? Yep, no problem. So again, if you want to use the same exact keywords that I use at this time, the best keywords that I use are going to be, just a little heads on up, is going to be, the majority of them are like the 3-star words. Now, my favorite ones are the ones that I put in gold, like awarded, approval, phase, positive, cancer results, top line. So it's like, I kind of have a little color-coded system. The one I have in gold are my favorite. The ones I have in red are my least favorite. Like when I see an offering, I know to stay away from that. When I have an upcoming meeting, I stay away from that. It's not now. When there's the word potential, I stay away from that. It's not really now. And then again, I kind of have just some different words, like, success or significant or placement, but you can color code it any way you want so that you're all set. But again, I basically kind of just stick with the 3-star and 4-star words as the words that I really want highlighted that stand out to me. But as I said, again, yesterday here, traders, which is absolutely awesome and absolutely great, is, let me actually just go check them on out here, is that they are releasing their brand new app coming on up. And if you guys don't follow them on X, go follow them on X. They put a ton of alerts out every single day. But take a look at this, guys. It says, final testing of our push alert feature. We will have push alerts on keywords, on news alerts, on watch list stocks that you choose. We'll be the first application to be able to send you real-time alerts on news and filings. So basically, traders, take a look. It would be, hey, word partnership. We have, again, a stock within your filters, a low float stock, the pricing, strategic partnership, significant, right? So imagine this. Imagine you guys all of a sudden have to drive your kids to school. Imagine you sleep in. Imagine you're not around your computer. Imagine anything. And all of a sudden, you just get a press release that says, all of a sudden dings your phone. ENGN $10 break, volume is back, because these are all the news alerts right here. Or again, you set it for your keywords, or you set it for, again, your watch list, for a certain stock. I've never seen that from anyone. So to be able to get real-time news alerts from news outlets the moment they come out straight to your phone, I mean, you don't even have to be on the computer anymore. It's like Robinhood. But for, again, instead of a broker, it's a scanner. It's a press release alert. So that I truly do think that is going to be game changing the moment that comes on out. So they're on their final testing with that right now. I am so pumped with that because, again, I'm going to be trading everywhere. I'm going to be going on the islands. I'm going to be sitting on a beach. I'm going to be, again, driving a race car, and all of a sudden I just get alerts on my phone. Trail Deck, I tried it. It didn't work for me. Again, the app's not out yet. Little heads on up. So again, app is not out yet. Heads up for every single person. So if it's not working, it's just because it's not available. You're just sitting there, just saying to yourself, it's not working. Right? So we got to wait till it comes out. All right, here, ladies and gentlemen. But again, if you had any issues or you need a tutorial on anything, they do have that. Just email them. I think it's support@foxrunner.com. It's on their site. Go check it out. CMCT right here. CMCT still trying to float around that $8 mark, traders. So you guys take a look. CMCT still trying to float around that $8 area right now. So you guys can still see, I mean, let's get rid of these other lines. Remember in the very beginning of the day, we were talking about how $8 is going to be holding up as a support line. It's fighting. There's still a chance that this one can be able to work itself back on up. There's still a chance that this one could be able to start getting some buying volume back on in. It's fighting a little bit. Hey, right now it is 10:15 in the morning though. So I want to be able to bring on over. We are introducing. We have right now a Trade Ideas rep going to be teaching us some pretty amazing cool stuff. Let's again get this going right now. And we'll be all set, ready to rock. Let me turn off the music, and we are going to get this party with Trade Ideas here, team. So again, if you guys haven't, smash that thumbs on up right here and right now. Let's get after it. Let's have some fun, and let's get ready to make this money. So we have Steve. Let me bring this on over. Hey, Steve, you there? Hey, Steve, you there? I know you can't see me, but because I am using the live stream feature on YouTube and the chat room, so the camera's in use, but we can all see you at this time. We just want to let you know that, all right? Awesome. So no, we're pumped. We're pumped to be able to have you here. We're pumped to be able to kind of, see what you want to bring to the table. But really at this time, backdrop on me right here. I've been using Trade Ideas for the last, 10 plus years. And, I truly feel like it's one of those scanners that is going to be a necessity for your trading. It makes you a better trader because it helps get you the answers. And let's be honest, at the end of the day, every single trader just wants to know where to go. It's already tough enough to be able to figure out the best play every single day. If we have to say to ourselves, okay, we have to find the number one stock out of the 10,000 different options. We have to find, of course, what this stock is going to be able to do, or what play. This one has news. This one has a breakout. This one has action. I really just feel like, Trade Ideas does a great job of giving us a basket of the best plays. And then from there, we can be able to see the real-time data, the charting, things like that. But what else can you guys be able to provide right now, or that you want to teach us here today to kind of take our trading to the next level? I'll give you the floor.
Sure. I don't know if I'll be able to share my screen, but
yeah, I can share your screen, absolutely, if you want to do that.
Yeah, we'll probably do that. And while I do that, I'll just kind of intro. I got you beat on the use. I'm literally the #1 beta test user back in 2003. I've known Dan forever, and he came to me first, and I was the first user. All we basically had at that time was the Trade Ideas alert window. And let me see, share screen here. And the alert window was all I needed back in 2003. But the point being is that I have been using Trade Ideas for a very long time, and I agree with you. It's a necessity. And just to take a brief moment, scanner. It's a scanner. It's not a screener. What's a screener? A screener is FinViz. It's a TradingView. It's a TrendSpider. It's a static input, click, output, give me results. Whereas the Trade Ideas, as you guys see, I know it's on your screen all the time, Sean, it's like a police scanner. You don't have to sit there, input, output, click, click, click. You're always going to get the information you need. And I just have to also segue before I kind of start with what I wanted to do. We've got what we call like a docked channel bar here, which is a preset layout for people who don't know how to build their own scans or whatnot. And there's one here called Explosive Winners. I got to tell you a funny story. You know Dan, and I know Dan, and he's getting his son into trading. And he put up a video yesterday. His son was off from Veterans Day, home from school with $1,000 live account, and he just so happened to pop up this particular channel and LFS, which I think you guys were on yesterday as well. He documents that he bought live money. This kid is 12 and a half years old, and he's not going to want to go back to school because he's now hopelessly addicted. And it was a great little story yesterday. We were having a marketing meeting, and Dan was literally yelling down the hall what to do. And I'm telling him, sell 100, it's 6. It was pretty funny. Okay,
Yeah,
so that
I'll
being
say
said,
if I found out trading at 12 years old, it would have turned into probably a bad habit. I'm happy I kind of found it a little bit later, just so again I wasn't slacking off too much in school, because I know if I was in middle school, high school, wherever, I'm just gonna be sitting there thinking about making money in trading.
yeah, not only that, probably I think you might agree, some of the worst things that can happen is like your biggest day is your first day ever, because you're always going to be chasing that day and you're never going to get it again. So that was kind of funny. All right, so that's the docked window. Again, it's a new feature, but I know you make good use of our alert windows and our multi-strategy windows, but we've been doing a lot of stuff over here, and I want to show you a couple of things I think are really important for you and your base to kind of see what we've been doing. Trade wave is a simple indicator that we now have. You can see I just entered some SMR here. I did, but I want to turn on this indicator real quickly. It's called trade wave. It's our proprietary overlay here on charts. And what it basically does is just kind of gives us buy and sell tags. And what this is, it's just a simple kind of a fast and a slow EMA. And every time the color changes, we get a cross. And what we're doing is we're adding a sell tag and then a buy tag. And it doesn't matter what time frame I'm using. I can switch to an hour over here if I want, and we can get the same situation, a little bit worse over there. You're not going to see a buy tag on the 60-minute time frame. And of course, it works on the daily as well. We've got this little thumbnail over here to kind of give you a real brief, broad monthly rear view mirror. So the reason I bring this up, Sean, is I think it's so important when people come to me when I do my webinars and say, what can I do, to quickly shorten my learning curve? It's this. I mean, we all need to learn to read charts, but when you've got an overlay here kind of giving you when to buy, when to sell, that's the most important part. Is yeah, Sean, I bought, but tell me when to sell. How do I take the best profits? And this will keep you in the good trades. It'll get you out of the bad trades. And it's literally just a roadmap for new traders to know and give themselves the confidence that they are making the right decisions, based on some good analysis. You don't have to learn technical analysis. You just have to know what a B and an S means for buy and sell. So that's really one of the main new features. I don't know if you guys were aware of, but you can overlay that on your charts. You just click that little indicator there and turn on trade wave, and it doesn't matter what time frame you're in. It will give you a good setup. Let me go back to my 15.
No,
I'm a
that's
swing
awesome.
trader.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. So basically, it's just giving us kind of like the overall bullish, bearish sentiment at this time.
Yeah, on your particular time frame. And I think the most valuable part of it is that if you do get a buy tag and it does start going in your direction, most of you traders are like, oh my God, I got to take this profit before it leaves. Well, this helps keep you in the game a little bit. It forces you to not have to make that decision yourself. And then the S tag, the sell tag, will confirm it's probably time to close this particular trade on this time frame that you just took. So there's that. And then there's this down here. This is what we call a compare count window. Some people might call it a worm, but it's basically, I'm looking at some small cap stuff, new highs and new lows. We can easily configure it. We just configure the green data and the red data. And it's basically just new high, pre-market, post-market, and 30-minute highs with some basic filters for price, volume, and maximum price. And it just kind of constantly compares new highs and new lows. And you can see them streaming across the bottom here. Why is this important? Well, I'm not a full-time trader. I have a job with trade ideas, and I've got a lot of duties, and I'm answering emails and DMs. And sometimes if I look over and I see this red spike just spike up, that's kind of a nice little quick indicator for me to go, oh, a sell program just kind of came into the market. Let me quickly go through my portfolio here and just see if anything's really affected by it. So it kind of gives me an early warning system that get ready, we might have a little pullback. And it's really cool. And of course, if you want it, Sean, I can share this. It's as simple as any of our other tools. But if any of your other traders want it, email us at info@trade-ideas.com. If you're a user of Trade Ideas, I'll send you this market pulse. Like I said, the cloud share is a super easy way for us to share things with users.
What do you think is, just kind of, throwing it out there, what do you think is the most underused and undervalued, like, Trade Ideas scanner that people don't know about? Like, hey, we have this and people aren't using this to the fullest. What would you say?
We've got something up here buried. It's called the Market Explorer. And it's not very configurable, but you open it up and it's just this simple little window, but you've got to expand into the strategy menu. And we've got just a rabbit hole of strategies based on pattern recognitions, gap. We've got some of Brian Shannon's AV WAP. We've got some Ripster stuff, other people who are out there, I know, but go, no go. If you are familiar with any of these types of pattern recognitions or certain types of methods of trading, I would invite you to go through and explore this menu and this sub menu, because you might see things in here that you didn't know we had. Like for instance, I can pop up like pattern recognition, bull flags, and then you'll get kind of a layout like this. And it's basically just refresh the most recent are going to be up top. And they're going to try and give you, there's a bull flag, CELC, the very first one I pulled up here on the daily. So it's kind of a pattern recognition thing that people maybe don't realize we have, to answer your question. And it's under new Market Explorer. The E tag is what we use that for.
Cool. No, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was there. That's
There
why
you go.
that's why I like kind of, doing these when you guys pop on, because the thing is, it's like, I know you guys are always adding so much information, and then sometimes I get like comfortable. I get comfortable with, these are the scanners I have, these are the scanners that I use, and this is what, like, this is my wheelhouse, I know. So it's like, I enjoy when you kind of come on and you make me a little uncomfortable in a great sense that I want to try new things,
Yep. Good. That's what the whole purpose of this setup was. I think it's a good thing to catch up once in a while, because you are a great ambassador for our product. All right, let me move on to some of the concepts. Sean, I know you like to play golf, right?
Oh, don't even get me started.
Do you go to the practice range?
Yep, I go a good amount. I mean, now November's coming on in. We're going to stick the clubs away for a little bit. But yeah, I'm usually trying to golf like 3 times a week.
That's pretty good. That's better than me. So why wouldn't we in trading try and practice the same concept? If we're going to risk money like your score ball on the course, why not use our simulator? I'm opening up that right here. It's Brokerage Plus Simulator, Trade Ideas in-house. And I'm now connected to our in-house sim. This is kind of our base module that we've been building on top of that, meaning I can go into my window here and click on trade ticket. I can start executing buys and sells of things that I might want to do and try out. So let me just pose this question. I know you probably got a lot of people, Sean, that are with you, and you guys are doing some real-time trading, and people that are following along that might want to try and get in the rhythm of what you're doing without risking real money can just simulate what you guys are doing if you have the Trade Ideas Brokerage Plus module. And I think, again, I brought up golf because you and I both know the more reps you can get on the range, the better you're going to do when it counts. Right? Yeah. So
I think that's a major issue though with a lot of traders, because trading,
we're impatient.
It's the patience. It's the fact that you got that, you're basically having all that success and all that luxury being dangled in front of your face, being like, oh, if you skip this, you can get to this quicker. But really, it's the opposite. The quicker you skip the prep, the more unprepared you're going to be. And I feel like that's why sometimes you get those negative results, when people start talking about trading and people start saying, oh, it's a scam. It didn't work out. The stocks do opposite of whatever I do. Well, again, that comes on down because you didn't put in enough work. I think about stock trading. I don't know about you, but when I think about day trading, when I think of stock trading, when I think about being a broker, whatever, it's more of a prestigious job in my eyes. That's something I would throw up with a doctor or a lawyer, a surgeon. You're a stock trader. Like, that's a very luxurious job. The thing is, if you want to be any of those, you're going to school for 4, 6, 8 years, maybe. Why is it, where do we think that all of a sudden we can just start trading and all of a sudden we're going to be successful? I think every single person should paper trade for a year, get that understanding, because everyone has to go through that learning curve. It takes time, and no one wants to do it. Trust me, I didn't want to do it either. I think one of the greatest blessings in my life for my career was that when I first started stock trading back in like freshman, sophomore year of college, is I didn't have any money to trade, but I was just obsessed with the idea of it, where I said to myself, once I do save up, once I do have, again, $3,000 or so, then I can start depositing and actually start trading. So the fact that I discovered trading while I didn't have enough money for an account forced me to be able to paper trade for about a year, which I think, again, set me up for success, because I'll say it right now, if I had funds available to trade right away, I probably would have.
Yeah, it's a great point, because I see it every day. People they want to skip it's more so now than ever with technology. The expectations of I should be able to have technology make the money for me. Nothing could be further from the truth. I'd love to pick up a guitar and play like Eddie Van Halen on day one, but I can't. You have to put the work in. So I agree totally. I have kind of a similar story in that, when I started, I had a funded account and we were just rip roaring in the 98, 99.com bubble, but I was still new enough to where when everything flipped and changed, I was still new enough. I wasn't dogmatic in my approach, where other guys that were making millions of dollars, they couldn't change when the market changed. And it was the biggest wake-up call to me ever to talk to my broker. And he goes, yeah, remember those guys from Texas? I go, yeah. Because they all blew up their accounts. And that was like a pivotal moment to me that said, wow, I held those guys in high esteem and they couldn't pivot when the market changed. That's pretty lame. I'm not going to allow that to happen to me. So that was kind of my slap in the face moment. You know, struggled a little bit when the market changed in early 2000s, but got it back. One more thing I want to take to the next level, if people are curious, and this is, you're going to be hearing a lot about this, and I saved it for last. It's what Dan has been kind of quietly creating in the shadows. It's taking everything to the nth level, taking our alerts and taking our simulator trader, Brokerage Plus, which can also, by the way, connect to E-Trade and interactive brokers for live accounts, but we don't want to do live. We want to start with sim. And we have this thing called the money machine. And the money machine is basically a new setup here that we are able to take a top list, which is a T window. And the idea is if all the good stuff is sorted, here's my sector list over here. If all the good stuff is at the top, well, we got gold miners, silver, steel, airlines, silver, financials, gold. We can kind of see where all the good stuff is today. For any top list that we have with stocks or whatnot, we can now automate and say, I want to trade the top three entry candidates, but only be in a maximum of 5 positions at one time. So I'm just going to quickly turn this on. And just before I do, I'm going to let you guys know what it is. I'm a big believer in that 5-day moving average, the 130. It's on a 15-minute period. So I call it the 130. It's a 15-minute chart with a 130 SMA. And I'm setting up my strategy here. And I'm saying, what would happen if I just let this thing auto trade based on my entry and my exit settings? But I'll show you, I don't really use those. I'm more visual. So I'm going to save this. And now I'm ready to start the money machine. And let's see if we get any trades. Oh, I don't have any trades. Oops, hold on a second. Yes, say yes there. All right, nothing popped in under that setting. So we'll stop that. We'll try a different version. Volume pullbacks. Let's see if we can get something going here. These are just strategies. I'm not going to get into too many of them. But if we start that, let's see if we get some. Okay, a couple of trades just popped in here, CADE. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing with them. Okay, nice pullback. Now I can quickly say, all right, I'm going to click that green target. And now I do this visually. I go, okay, risk reward. We're going to tighten that stop right under that moving average. And we're going to risk 21 bucks to make, maybe 50 or more. And of course, that's all configurable. These are basic values. I'll come down here to this trade. Nice pullback. Okay, that's the idea. We're buying pullbacks of strong stock. I'm going to tighten that stop. I'm going to click that target. So this is all practice mode right now to get visual on the charts. Tiny risk, big reward. We're getting reps. We're getting, confirmation and confidence that when I go to live money, this is the kind of stuff that'll work. But again, this is all being automated, so I can just kind of turn my back on this stuff and let it work.
Can you do this with real money? Can you?
We're getting there. We're getting there. So we're in the development phase right now, and everybody who has a premium premium Trade Ideas account with us has access to simulate and start getting, like we said, we're forcing people, as we just talked about, you and I, to do the reps because we don't have a live product that's being developed. And it's going to come through, like I said, E-Trade, maybe TradeStation to be determined. Interactive Brokers is our most solid API connection. And then maybe another broker called Alpaca, but we're slowly lining them up as we develop this in-house proof of concept, work out the bugs, and then get everybody kind of up to speed on it in sim mode. And then we'll go from there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really like the simplicity of it, and I like how you're kind of rolling it out. But I truly do. I love when it's very simple. Here's your stop loss. Here's your entry. Here's like your target. Because the thing is, when you have visual, it is just so simple to be able to understand, okay, we want to have 2-to-1, 3-to-1 on an exit. We want to have a stop loss, which is going to be able to be reasonable. When we have mental stop losses, our emotions take on over. When we are saying to yourself, oh, I'm not going to set any stop. I'm not going to set any target. Let's just kind of go with the flow. The go with the flow attitude usually leads to the majority of traders losing. So like, I love where it's the colors right there, easy, visual, simple, straight to the point. Especially when you guys can, link it to your real money accounts. Even if you lose, you're losing small, and when you win, you win double, triple, quadruple, and that's just how to be. That's how to stay in the game.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. You're taking the emotions out of it. That's our biggest demon, is our emotions. And so, as we're speaking here, I can just see a couple of my positions are pulling back. And why is that? Our little bug that we talked about earlier. I'm accepting the fact that we've got a little sell program coming into the market now. So again, I like the finger on the pulse, this market pulse, I kind of call it here. And again, I'm happy to share this cloud configuration with anybody that wants it, that's a user of Trade Ideas.
Yeah, no, that would be absolutely awesome. Is there what do you think out of the menu bar, what is the most popular? What would you say is like, all right, hey, this is what I would suggest. What do you like using the most?
Well, for me personally, I just have my custom scanners set up.
Gotcha.
I've got my wheelhouse of my favorite stocks, my favorite sectors, and always kind of just trying to rotate with where the market's rotating sector-wise, top view down each day. But that's still, I still like things that are pullbacks. That's the strength of Trade Ideas. I think in this market, we all agree, if you're not buying the right momentum breakouts, if you're buying a fake breakout, God, that's no fun. You can lose money so quick doing that.
Yeah.
And then watch it just go back to highs by the end of the day without you. You're like, geez, I identified a strong stock. How come I missed the jump rope so badly? Well, when you start to condition yourself to buy pullbacks, that's where Trade Ideas really comes in perfectly for me. It's showing me in the moment, there's a pullback right at the moving average I was looking for. This might be an area to watch and or add to. It depends on your situation.
Oh, cool. I like that. So basically you have your setup where you are looking for volatility, but you're looking for pullbacks on place.
Yes. Yeah. And then of course, this blue line here, I just adjusted. This is just my price alert. If RUM wants to go to lows, just let me know. It'll pop up and create a price alert. I've got numerous price alerts all around different charts just to kind of let me know if something's happening there, good or bad.
Can you share your layout right here? And then I could give, that to the chat members and be like, hey, this is, what Steve uses.
Yeah, here's RUM just popped up and let me know. Say, got to pay attention to that. So to do that, it's real simple. We just save to our cloud, and then any open item that I have, I click entire layout. So anything that's even closed down here will come through. So here's everything that I use. Some things require a symbol list, but you're welcome to add your own symbol list to that. So save and share, copy, and then I put that in the chat here.
Yeah, you can put it right here. I'll just send you a quick little hi. And then
there you go. That works. All right, there's the cloud code to my layout. Super simple.
Guys, I'm going to grab this right now. And for everyone that's using Trade Ideas at this moment, I am going to post this right into the chat. So this is going to be Steve's layout for everyone that uses Trade Ideas. Also, if you guys are not at this time, Trade Ideas is hooking us up. One of the reasons why Steve is here at this moment, we are all getting a discount at this moment. I did drop the links over into the chat. So again, it's a one-day sale right here for you guys. Go get it. Do not miss out. I'm giving you guys Steve's layouts right now, and type in Dekmar, and you guys are going to be getting the one-day discount. So that is going to be awesome. Steve, I appreciate you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good luck. Have a good day.
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you jumping on. We'll do this again soon, okay?
All right, sounds good, Sean. Bye, everybody.
Thanks. Bye. All right, cool, guys. Hey, pretty awesome right there. Shout out to Steve. Shout out to Trade Ideas. Yes, we did have a little bit of a surprise for you right now, and the surprise is obviously you guys do get 30% off all of Trade Ideas. So for everyone that wants to join, for everyone that's interested, click that link right now, 30% off Trade Ideas. I will give you my scanner codes, and there is Steve's scanner codes as well. So just a nice quick call. Trade Ideas reached out to me, said, hey, Sean, we want to give everyone a 30% deal. I said, let's do it. They said, Steve's going to jump on, show you again a few different things. I said, let's do it. And now again, Steve just gave us his codes. Let's do it. So again, absolutely beautiful, absolutely awesome. And just note here, traders, that this is for you guys. I try to get you guys as many deals as I can. If that's on Trade Ideas, or if that's on Cobra, or if that's on One Stop Prop, or if that's on Fox Runner, I truly just try to get you guys the hookup. So make sure that you guys are all good. Click those links, add the word Dekmar, get your 30% off, and you will be all set, ready to go. Let's run through these top gainers here. Let's see if there's anything that we need to get ourselves involved in. LPTX, no. CMCT right now. CMCT traders, this play can go crazy if it can get back above $10. This play has to get back above $10 to start going crazy. QH, anything right here? Not too much. SPRU. SLRX. Does anyone see anything going nuts? Does anyone see anything going wild? Does anyone see anything kind of going crazy? If you guys do, I would love to be able to kind of just look into it real quick. LPTX, CMCT, QH. Deck LPTX. I mean, LPTX, it's not bad at all, bro. Brosif, it's not bad at all. I would just say slow and steady uptrend right now. LPTX, slow and steady uptrend at this moment. $1 strong resistance. Let's see if we can get above and hold above $1. Most important thing right there. Get above, hold above $1. LPTX, slowly trying to build. Let's see if this stock can squeeze. Let's see if this one can be able to rip and run up towards around new highs. So LPTX here, team. We want to stay smart. We want to put ourselves in the best positions possible. Don't want to, again, do something that could possibly hurt us. But, I mean, so far today, I wanted to get a trade in. GLTO was really one of our only options. Right now, GLTO is still actually holding its gains. You guys can see right here, we actually spiked up to 28, came back on down, spiked up to 28, came back on down, spiked up to 28, came back on down. We did have a little bit of a triple top here. Triple top 28, triple top 28, triple top 28. Now, again, starting to fade itself back on down a little bit more. Let's see if this one can continuously fade and fall and drop. Let's see if this one is going to be able to start getting weaker over on GLTO. All right. Hey, traders, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you so much for every single person that has joined us on this day. Thank you so much for every single person that is here. Obviously, I want to go the extra mile, give you guys my all. If you are not a member of tradecaster.com, sign on up, get yourself prepared and ready to go. Starting next week, we are going to be live every single morning, 6:45 in the morning, all the way until we're done trading. So I don't know what time, when we're done. I don't care if that's 2, 3, 4, 5, or 8 hours. When we're done trading, that's when we end. All right? So amazing job from every single person. I hope you guys are fired on up. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys are ready to rock and roll. Guys, I'll keep updated over on Tradecaster in case we do see any sort of big spikes, big rips, and big runs. But ultimately, I just want to say thank you so much to the squad. Thank you so much, everyone who has joined us. Make sure you guys check out those links. Get yourself the 30% off sale right now over on Trade Ideas, and you guys will be all set, ready to go. Thank you, team. I love you, baby. Help me wrap this thing on up. You guys know the drill. In 3, 2, 1. Ah! Hoo-hoo-hoo! Good work today, guys. $105. Good work today. We'll take it. Small day, but in the green, keeping the green streak alive. Love it, baby. Did you make money today? Did you make a profit today? Did you come out on top today? I'm the Batman.
I got this question the other day. Why are you successful?
So I ball so hard, motherfucker.
$1,000 profit today.
But first niggas gotta find me.
$700.
$50,000 to a motherfucker like me. Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy.
$1,000.
Y'all don't know that don't shit phase. And as we go,
Lock it on up.
too, when I look at you like this shit gravy. Ball so hard, this shit weird. We ain't even pro be here.
$1,400.
It's only right that we be fair. So
Who's ready for $1 million year?
Should be asking how to be successful. Jackson, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6.